Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to JK's Deal Reveal. And I'm coming to you from the summer office here. I actually took a quick week, staycation, vacation. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I'm in Ontario. Had quick business at this property that we own here in Ontario, switching out between tenants and doubling the rent. That's a whole different story. And for those of you who are part of the Now for Tomorrow Club and joining us at 8 p.m. Eastern, well, we're going to talk about that. But today we have a deal for you and a special gift for you, actually, because this is a deal and a community member who's coming to you today, Daniela, who's on the call with us, and I'm going to make sure that you're able to speak and everything shared. Daniela, why don't you test your technology as I'm doing this little intro here, because
I'm here.
Good, wonderful. Hey, Daniela, how are you doing?
Hi. There's no video. Is that correct?
That's fine. If you want it to be like that, that's how it's going to go down.
It just says that it's disabled. So
Oh, let me see if I can fix that. That should be good. So so basically Daniela, part of our community, and for those of you who are not already on the Facebook US Real Estate Investing Group, find us Now for Tomorrow, where we feature deals and victories and other Canadians doing US real estate for cash flow and equity. And as I was saying, Daniela here is bringing a deal for you, and we're going to go through the steps. It's going to be a little bit of an unconventional deal reveal, if you will. But she is bringing basically a condo hotel with Hilton and the Embassy Suites to you. So I'm going to sit back actually today and enjoy this beautiful weather and let Daniela do the heavy lifting. But I'm there, don't worry, to maybe ask a few questions, some clarifying questions to make sure everyone understands what opportunity is here for them. How does that sound, Daniela?
that's great. Thank
Excellent.
you. I love to hear what makes it unconventional, but it is totally unconventional, I guess.
Out of the box, this one. Yeah, so I figured
it is a little out of the box.
To give the full scoop of this deal. So are you able to share your screen?
I can share my screen. I can't seem to get on video, which I can get used to that. Do you want, if you can
try sharing now? You should be able to.
Okay, well, okay, so let me see. I definitely can't put my video on. Okay, let's see if I could share a screen.
There it is. It's coming up. Give it a minute.
You see it? Okay. Yep. Present.
Beautiful. And look at that. Danielle even put a presentation together for us. She's gonna get me on the job here.
Well, yeah, I'm all about like making sure everything is super buttoned up. And as I get into it, first of all, before I even talk about anything, I just want to say, Kyle, thank you so much for having me. We met in Orlando when I was scouting properties. I was going through a lot of shifts and changes. I wanted to get into real estate, and the knowledge that I got from the event that I attended, like, opened my eyes. And I don't remember. I think I bought this like around that time. So in part, this is, from your energy and positivity and so forth. So
wonderful.
I'll begin. I can't see anyone's faces, and I don't know how exactly it works on your end. So just chime in with any questions and keep me posted.
This is a webinar, so they can react. Like you just saw a little hand go up there, so people got it. They can also post in the Q&A. I'll be moderating the Q&A, so you just focus on delivering the value, the content, your message, and okay. I'll take care of the rest.
Okay, because I just see my full screen here. So hi everyone. I am so honored to be here. Thank you so much. As I mentioned, I'm Daniela Platt, and today it didn't start off as an unconventional. Kyle, where'd you go? You disappeared. Okay, I'll just keep talking and stop me if you need me. Okay, this didn't start off as an unconventional opportunity, but it has become unique and special. So many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the overall scope of Orlando. Today, we're going to talk specifically about one condo in the Embassy Suites at Sunset Walk in Orlando. I am here about a partnership. And thank you to Canva. It made it all slick and cool. So like I said, I'm Janelle Platt. Hi, everyone. I thought Goofy was giving you a little hello there. So I went with Goofy. But the reality is, because money returns and time doesn't, I want everybody to really know I value your time today. I really do. The picture that you're looking at is a picture of this might have been the rendering, but it's actually real at the moment as we speak. This is a picture of the beautiful pool and beach and deck that was built at the Embassy Suites when I purchased it 18 months ago. If you look at the slide towards the right, and I don't expect everybody to see the fine print, but this is a picture taken about 2-3 weeks ago. When I purchased it, they were just finishing selling building 1. And now they have 5 buildings. They're near completion. They're ready to go for building 5. These are just pictures of how it looks. And if you saw the pictures of how I saw it 18 months ago, it was a pile of dirt. So it's really exciting and it's progressed tremendously. Before I delve deeper into the process of the actual property, I just want to share just 2 seconds about me, not for any other reason, because I don't expect you to do anything else with me, although that would be fun. But in real life, my story. And the reality is people work with people they know, like, and trust. And I want to just be transparent as to who I am. So I do brand strategy and partnerships and sales for fashion and lifestyle brands. That's what I've been doing for 20 years. I'm not a real estate. I like real estate, but I'm a regular non-real estate, so forth. This is my family. And I purchased this condo in Orlando for them. That's the story. This is us in the corner, my whole family. This is us a couple of weeks ago. We were at a Marlins game. And I'm going to mention this story because it's specifically apropos to this entire presentation. We were at a Marlins game. And my girls had the opportunity to run the bases. I don't know if anybody, I don't get a show of hands. So, okay, I'm gonna envision everybody showing me your hands, right? Your kids wanna run the bases and you can't get online until the bottom of the 8th. So like, if you get online at the bottom, there you are. If you get online at the bottom of the 8th, you're gonna be on this long line, so long. But I said, I'm just going to go. And it was the top of the 8th. And I waited online and I was first. And I let the kids and I let everybody just enjoy the game. So what happens after the game is over, the line starts looping and wrapping around and getting really long. But what happens to my kids? They run all the way to the front because I saved them a spot. That is today's deal. That is what happened. I purchased a condo in Orlando, Embassy Suites, Sunset Walk. They're beautiful. They are. Give me thumbs up. Everybody's pretty familiar with Orlando overall, right? Kyle, you've versed everybody on, I'm not selling Orlando today. Okay. So these are beautiful condos. It's a beautiful complex. Many of you possibly have seen it. They're built by Hilton partners. I'm giving the credibility here to Hilton. The sister property is Margaritaville. It's adjacent to Sunset Walk, gorgeous shopping plaza. It's so pretty and it's in development. Like it's going to be so beautiful. And I see that. I saw it from the presentation that Kyle had made, really see how beautiful it is. I went in with full intention that this condo was going to serve my family. It was going to be great. It was supposed to close I made my purchase. I went for December 31. But it actually didn't get there in time for 2021. It ended up going to January 1 the next year. So we're looking at, I made my investment January 2022, and it was supposed to close that March, 3 months later. We're now 18 months down the road, and we're still about to close. So I made the investment for my family and for cash flow. It was an opportunity to be in Orlando. You have 3 months a year to use this condo. And the rest of the time, it's fully managed by Hilton. So you just sit back and pay your taxes, pay your HOAs and so forth. But otherwise it's a one transaction kind of thing. So here we are 18 months later, and it's just about to close. And the delays were due to supply chain, COVID supply chain. We've all heard that before, and I can't be upset. They built a beautiful property. So what happens in this time span? My needs have changed. We just don't need the Orlando condo anymore, exclusive for us. We've already been. But the real thing that is interesting that happened is it went up. I am in, and I'm going to get into my numbers in more detail, but I purchased it. I wrote here 290, but I'll show you the actual contract shortly. I purchased it at 290, and it's now being valued for 465 to 499. So that's the value. I've sliced and diced the numbers so many ways. No matter how many ways I factor it, it's still more than a 50% increase. They expect, and I'll show you the numbers, their estimated projections are that it will cash flow, let's say $21,000 a year based on a 70% occupancy. And they feel like 70% is a comfortable, low, conservative number. What else can I tell you? So just everybody should know, like when you're working with me, your funds, no money is going to go to me. It's all going to go to the Embassy Suites. And that's why we're here. I'm seeking. So I decided the other thing that I didn't mention here is when I made this decision to get this very simple suite condo in Orlando, interest rates were at 3%. Today, they're twice. So I decided I don't want to go to the bank for a mortgage. I don't really have these needs. So I called them up. I said, can I cancel my contract? And they were like, of course you can. Why? Because they could sell it tomorrow for twice the price. And that's not what we're supposed to do, right? I mean, we're all in these, like, we all know we're supposed to listen to our heart, and we're in this for the long game. So I sat down, I said, you know what? I'm gonna find a partner. I'm gonna raise capital and we're gonna do this. It appreciated at 50%. There's so much benefit to it. I'm going out there and I'm gonna do this. So the partnership I'm seeking, I would say between 170 to 235,000 for a 50-50 split, or we can also do 60-40. That's a conversation. Ideally, I would like one entity as a partner. I'm open to two entities as a partner. And we could talk about title and designation. Now, if this sounds really good to you, of course, you can get your own. But if you were to get your own today, these are actual screenshots of all the conversations that I've had with the team, because I want to be as transparent as possible. The total purchase price for my contract, this is the actual raw contract. So I said 290 earlier, but then I took a look. So I'm at 280.9. And if you look in these fine prints that I've had, every one of them, you're valued at 470 now. You're valued between 463 and 499. Look, we're starting them today at 430,000. So if you were to go out today, and I'm happy to introduce you to the team, that's what you'd be looking at. And you'd have to wait for the development. You'd have to wait that 12-month lag time. Plus, you'd have to pay the taxes and insurance at that higher rate. If you join me, we're closing at some point August, September, October. They keep telling me it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So we're going to close August, September, October. Join me at my original rate. I remember back to the Marlins game, I held your spot in line. I went early for you. So often we miss deals. This one I didn't miss, and I'm sharing it. So that's the story. Somebody's laughing there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just going to show you that it happens to be a beautiful studio. The one in the picture here is small, but I left it in here because it actually shows like the furniture, which is it comes fully furnished, and all the HOAs and expenses include furniture. I know oftentimes furniture is a separate entity. In this case, it's furnished beautifully with West Elm, and a thumbs up for West Elm. That's kind of part of the reason where I knew I was like, I know that I'm vibing okay with this group of people, and I'm confident in the business because they just seem to really were buttoned up. They were putting a beautiful product together, and they were putting West Elm in. I knew they were really caring about their work. But the actual unit is this size on the left-hand side, S1. So 600 square feet. And it's beautiful. You just don't have to do anything. Did I go in the wrong direction? There we go. Okay. So that's the unit. Now, who here is really good at math and wants to like whirl these numbers with me? This is, all right, here's my mathematician. Okay. So you can, maybe if you feel like people need to go deeper into the numbers, I'm going to pull you in because I'm just going to explain this on a very like simplistic level. There's a split and there's a cost per night to rent the condo. I have that on the next page. Generally speaking, if you look at this number, the total revenue is projected based on 70% occupancy. The total revenue is $70,000 a year, but the split our side at 70% is $34,000. Factor out what I figure are my costs, which is this monthly charge up above at roughly $1,000. It comes out when every time I've done my math, it's like, it comes to like 7 to 10%. And here I left in here her whole explanation about how to figure it out. But roughly speaking, it nets $21,000 and up off of the investment. So 7 to 10%.
And Daniela, we don't need to crunch crazy deep in the numbers right now. We're just, if someone is of interest, right, let's just boil it back down to the golden rule of real estate. Buy at a discount. Pretty sure that's a huge home run based on the information you provided. And by the way, everyone to do their due diligence, and if they're, you do your thing, but based on what's being presented here, are we buying at a discount? Hands up. Are we buying at a discount?
You're buying at a crazy discount.
If you're buying into something at 290 that's worth over 400 very easily, are we buying at a discount massively here? It appears. And then second is, are you buying cash flow? And without, we'll run the numbers, but based on the presentation, 7 to 9% cash on cash or return on investment. So is that a powerful return on investment? Well, it might be better than a savings account or even most RSPs and so forth. So that's your determination. Is 7 to 10 strong enough? Right. So those are the two pieces of our golden rule of real estate. So if we just keep it that, and we factor in the fact that you don't have to wait in line for 18 months because Daniela, right, is
I waited for you.
Waiting time. Is this a deal or no deal? Is this looking like something that you would like?
I haven't even gotten to the perks.
Oh, right on. But I just wanted to, because we're going quite
I don't
deep.
want to get too into but I want to make sure that I'm transparent.
Anybody who's interested, obviously, we can facilitate the introduction with Daniela, and you can run in as deep as you want. But for the point of this deal reveal today, are we looking at a deal or no deal, just based on what we said so far? And as we see maybe some thumbs up or some comments come in, Daniela, what are the perks involved that we haven't talked about?
I don't see the comments, so keep reading them. Sure. So it really depends. So I have some good news. With one entity as a partner with me, I can share designation entirely. So first of all, the perks are you get to use the property facilities anytime you like. You can't stay there as much as you want, but you're always welcome to have a membership at the club. There is a Hilton Gold designation, which just affords like a whole litany of Hilton benefits. Here is another benefit. When you come and stay in your unit for personal use, the fee is $25 a day for everybody, which covers happy hours, breakfast, and shuttles to and from the park. There's just a lot of things like special little things that are included. And the Hilton Gold allows just tons of Hilton perks. That's pretty much it. I kind of just try to put everything on a little summary sheet. Price of the unit, $280. They're estimating closing costs $300. I estimate like $15,000 in HOA. And so I'm going to let everybody figure out the numbers, but generally speaking, it's $465 to $499 in valuation today. I'm looking for 1-2 awesome partners who want to just sit back and make some money and enjoy a really good, solid investment. I also just want to say thank you, Kyle, because I was like, should I just pull out? And I was like, no, Kyle just emailed me. Let me see what I could do here to make this work. And thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I really like your connections and context are so valuable. The community build is so valuable. So thank you. So that's really the deal. I really look forward to partnering up and,
Beautiful. Yeah, and
doing
you're
great
very,
work with
very
somebody.
welcome. This is the JK Deal Reveal is meant to be a platform by the community for the community. As you know, every single week for the last 3 years now, it hasn't been 3 years, we're approaching it really quickly. We've brought in a community deal. These are real deals. We just typically don't bring on the person like we did today. But Danielle was like going, oh, but there's all this, there's this, there's this. You know what? Why don't you explain it? Right? Because there's all these extra little things, and it is a little bit of an uncommon, it's not our Cleveland duplex, it's different, and it has these perks being part of a hotel chain and all these extra things. So thank you very much, Daniela, for taking the time, building that presentation. And there were a couple hands, as you saw, that went up there. But if anybody is interested to explore further with Daniela, we'll facilitate the introduction directly. Just send an email to info@nowfortomorrow.club, as you know how to do so well. And Romel or someone else on the JK team is simply going to create that connection for you. And Daniela, I know we kind of little talked about it on the side, but how much is JK getting for facilitating this? If there's a partnership.
So I put in here what I call a deal fee, 3 to 5%. And you were so gracious to offer even less. So you said I'm good with 2.5. So, thank you.
Full transparency, and actually I didn't say, well, maybe I mistyped, but 2.5 is what I would have recommended. If anybody on the call helps facilitate this deal for Daniela, I recommended somewhere to that range. So actually, let me correct that, Daniela. We are not going to take anything for facilitating. It's just an opportunity to present deals to the community and bring value. So yeah, that's what we're bringing. We're simply trying to help people get to their goals and get the real estate that cash flows at a discount that everyone deserves. So that's the JK Value brand promise for you. So that's the deal. Is it a deal? Is it no deal? We'll let you decide for yourself, but thank you once again, Daniela. And Daniela did attend our Epic Blueprint a couple of years ago. And if you would like to also learn how you can buy at a discount, buy cash flow in the US, well, join us. Absolutely join us. Send us an email at info@nowfortomorrow.club. And we have a special here. We have an early bird special. We actually pulled down our landing page because we are going to, for those who are interested, who want to RSVP their spot, the prices are going up because we are bringing even more value into the next Epic Blueprint. But for those who send the email, we'll get the early bird special, which is a much discounted rate just because they're locking in their spots early. So that's it. Join us for the Epic Blueprint, which includes the bus tour. We're actually visiting properties in Florida. And yep, that's our deal reveal for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you particularly enjoyed this week's, send us an email, give us some feedback. Believe me, I am connected with a ton of investors, Canadians investing in the US, who can just do what Daniela did week after week after week, if it's something you want. If it's not something you want, well, let me know and we will adapt. This is really a forum for you to get value and to get to your next level. There might be something holding you back. And if we can just bring it to you and show you that it's possible, or this is the way around it, well, that's what I want to do. The deal reveal is made to show you that it's not rocket science. You just need to look high level, yeah, and you can sense if you've got a deal in your hands or not, and start that negotiation, start that potential partnership, and get to your financial goals. So with that being said, thank you, Daniela. Thank you, everyone. You are definitely doing now for tomorrow and creating your miracle. So have a great evening. And if anybody has any questions or would like to connect with Daniela, just send that email to info@nowfortomorrow.club. Have a great evening and we'll see you soon. See you on the other side. Take care.